Welcome back, everybody, to 3HP Games.
Welcome back.
Plays Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2.
We're almost done with the game, bro.
I don't believe you.
yeah. We're not.
Because I just watched the last episode that I edited, and we were definitely talking about how many
I told you
chapters are
stop
left.
asking me.
Have you seen the episode that dropped?
Yeah,
I think I did a good job.
I also lived it, so there's that too.
No, the edit I did. Fine.
Oh no, I have not seen it. I have not seen it.
That's fine.
No, yeah, no. Okay, good. That's fine because I didn't see it yet.
Yeah, you'll see that.
Yeah, I will. Oh man, this is
game
nostalgic.
reminds me of?
What?
Oh, why? Because you were here in the first game?
This is the first level of the first game.
Oh, and now it's the last level because we're done.
Yep.
Wonderful. Oh my.
What do you say? What does it remind you of?
Neo.
Yo. You saying that you're bringing that back up?
What? Because it's made by the same people. I was just saying.
Yeah.
This level in particular reminds me of Neo. It looks like you should be able to break through that shit.
Old Japanese shit.
Yeah, true. And why does this place look like it's been burnt?
Like dilapidated?
Yeah.
Because I guess they haven't been here. That's it.
Okay.
Get fucked.
Right. Ooh. So, why are you back here?
These bad ninjas are here. And they're trying to summon, I guess, like Japanese Satan on top of Mount Fuji, which is near here.
Okay. Okay, so they needed to go to Mount Fuji.
Yeah.
They had to go from South America to Mount Fuji.
That's the whole. There's so much variety, bro.
No, I'm just saying. It's just like they could have met at.
Oh, I hear the
Mount
pitter patter
Fuji.
footsteps. What the fuck? They could have. I mean, he could have just taken the train there, right?
Yeah, true.
Just thinking about that still. Just call back to earlier episodes like, Ryu, how are you gonna get there? Shut up, bitch. I'm gonna take the train. What?
Don't you know? Family will get me in.
So I've been really like crippling addiction levels hooked on Final Fantasy 14 lately.
Right.
And so for some reason, a lot of people who play that game are my god, please. Why are the explosive why do the explosive arrows sound like they have electricity coursing through them? Stop it. You hear that, right? Look,
I have the volume very low.
Put it up.
Okay. No, yeah, you're right. Sounds like electricity.
Okay, there's another one where you show yourself, cow. Ah! Are you fucking serious? Are you
hitting that rock? You're not hitting him.
That's the auto aim.
The auto aim to the rock?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, for some reason it's a thing for people who play that game to be like, oh yeah, no, the great thing about this game is that you can put it down and the game isn't designed to force you to keep coming back all the time. That's what people like to say.
I mean, if you're paying $15 a month, you feel pretty stupid not coming back to it as I do.
Well, yeah. So the thing is that like Destiny, right? So I'm gonna use it because
Right.
Destiny. So I'm only speaking with what knowledge I know from the time that I did play it heavily, or what knowledge I have.
Right.
And that is that the game is kind of designed to have you come back on a weekly basis, right? Like they want you to keep coming back to it, play it. Like they don't want you to stop playing Destiny. They want you, they definitely want you to keep coming back all the time.
Right. I mean, that's the ideal, but they fail because pretty much once you're done with this seasonal upgrades, you put it down for 3 months until the next season.
So, but ideally, the way they're designing is so that you don't.
Yeah.
So, with Final Fantasy, the director of the game has said, like, actually said this shit where, you know, the game in between the patches, the story content, and when they might release like a new raid or dungeon, they go like, oh, you know, it's like that's really when you come back. If you put the game down, you stop, like you obviously cut off your subscription, then you re-up when the new content comes out. Like the guy said, actor said, like, that's okay. The game is kind of designed with that in mind. And so people say, oh yeah, no, the great thing about Final Fantasy is that there are no grinds. Like, you don't have to grind or anything like that. And
what?
Well, no, okay, you can't. So in this case, I know it's a grind. It feels like a grind to get to the story because it is. But for people, they like that shit. They like the story, so it's not a grind to them. Right. I'm talking about grind and like things you repeat, do the same, literal same shit over and over again. You know, like Destiny, you would run the fucking whatever the Nightfall was to get a prime engram. You run the same strike like 3 or 5 times. I forget how much it is.
Yeah.
You run the same thing that many times. Then that, you're doing the raid every week to make sure you get, whatever the fuck it drops from there. And, you might do it with every one of your characters. So you might do it 3 times a week. That kind of, like, you're repeating shit over and over again. That kind of grind.
Right.
So I hear that, and I'm playing the game, and I go, that's fucking bullshit. There are grinds in that game, bro. So I recently saw a video.
To get mounts.
Yeah. To get mounts, if you want the best gear, there's a fucking...
What just happened?
Oh. Here's a cutscene. Here it is. You remember when I said the old man fucks?
Okay. Oh.
Get him.
He didn't even take it out of his stick.
That's how much he fucks.
Yo.
Wait for
he
it.
didn't even take it out of his stick.
Wow, and in the fucking regular version, blood shoots out of them. Every time he does it. Look. In the original version, every single one of those dudes like Hawaiian punch geyser just out of their bodies.
I feel like, why are you even playing? Why don't you just send the old man?
That's why.
Fucking make a Yoda backpack or something.
Just carry him to the top and just let him loose.
Yeah. You just brought your sword and I brought a nuke? What do you have? My secret weapon, old man.
I'm going to toss your fucking salad so hard.
He never saw it coming.
So, I've been grinding for the, like, I guess whatever's the current best weapon for my class.
Snack for the journey.
Yeah, and it's very good. It's a really good snack.
My God. Wow.
The daddery he's never had because his other one just like died and then not died and then died and was completely missing the entirety of the first game.
Exactly.
So yeah, in Final Fantasy, I'm grinding for what is the best weapon for my class, and bro, it's like, okay, how do you get this? Well, first step, you need to do like fates, which are like the world quests or whatever, right? You need to do a total of 60 of them. Then what's the next step after that? I'm trying to think. What was the next step after that? You need to progress through an area, some shit like that. Then I remember the next step that I do remember. Oh, it's like do 6 level 60 dungeons. Not that part's not really bad because there's a variety and it's something unique and fresh. So cool. After that, what do you have to do? Oh, you have to do one raid 15 times. So thankfully, it's, you can spam that as much as you want, or you can do one raid 15 times. You need a total of 15 of this currency thing, or that you need this item,
right?
And you get one from doing a specific raid or a specific set of raids. Or you can get 5 by doing an endgame raid. But the problem with that endgame raid is that it's not something that you can just do whenever you want. It has to pop up and then you have to be there to join it, kind of thing. So you join an instance of this endgame area, you wait for the thing to pop, and then you hope you're there to get it, that kind of shit. So
It's like a fate raid, or is it just
it's
enough people coming?
kind of like a fate thing, but it's once you get in, it's instanced. It is a raid of up to, I think, like 48 people or something like that. So
G-bus.
it's cool. Like, it's fun. The only problem is, like, you're there waiting for it to pop, and then once you get in there, it's not the hardest thing in the world, but it definitely is, like, some.
Yeah, you could fail and get nothing.
You need to coordinate. Like, you need to coordinate with people in some. Actually, no. Fuck. In a fair amount of moments throughout it, you definitely have to coordinate with people. Like, the raid starts off where there are 2 bosses. There's, like, one on top, one on bottom of this, spot you're at. And you guys need to split up down the middle. Half go bottom, half go top. And the bosses need to be killed, somewhat close to each other. Like, one can't be dead for, like, 5 minutes before the other one is. Okay. So you have to constantly be.
Outriders.
What?
Outriders did that. They had, like, you need to kill. They had tagged enemies. You need to make sure all of them die within a certain time of each other, or else they automatically revive.
Was that a thing in Outriders?
Yeah, they only used it twice.
I really don't remember.
Yeah.
So, for example, so someone from the top and someone from the bottom are going to be communicating, like, the top's at like 40% health, the bottom's at 30% health, that kind of shit. Right. And so there's more throughout the raid that requires communication. So nonetheless, that it's some kind of try hard shit. It's not really that bad, but still, there's that. Or you could just get into this other raid 15 times. It's hard to say which one would take less time. It would probably take less time to just do the other one 3 times, but the problem is waiting for it to pop.
And possibly failing.
Yes, yeah.
Alright.
So
this looks like a big encounter.
Oh god, I really hope it's not just going to be a shit ton of these dudes. It's going to be annoying.
We should definitely pause it.
Has it been 10 minutes? Well,
yeah.
Well, just to wrap this up real quick. So, nonetheless, I was watching a video where some people were talking. It was like a podcast. They were recording a podcast where they were talking about, like, hey, they were comparing WoW to Final Fantasy, and it was like, hey, are there any grinds in this? And like, no. They straight up said no. And I'm like, you are a fucking liar.
you know, maybe they're not doing end game activity, or maybe they paid their way in.
They are. They are. No, that person definitely does, like, the end game shit. A bunch of shit that I haven't done. And
there's no grinding.
You go like, oh, there's no grinding. Maybe it's not necessary. I can understand that. It's not necessary, but I mean, it's as necessary as it is to, like, do you have to grind like crazy to access anything in Destiny? Maybe the raid, right? Like, you need to have your item level at a certain point to do the raid?
Yeah.
Okay,
but that's doable,
Yeah, but it is a grind. Okay, and that would be the thing with Final Fantasy, is that you don't have to grind to do any of the raids.
Well, like, what's the definition of a grind? Like, is it playing one activity over and over and over again, or can you? Yeah, so you can do all the activities in Destiny to get to the power level you need for the raid. So I don't know if that's really a grind. You have to grind levels, but it's like half and half. But yeah, Destiny, there is a grind element in Destiny for sure.
Like, I know,
I'm not saying there isn't, but to get to the raid point, it's not. I don't know.
Like, I know, if I remember correctly, in order for my guy to have a high enough gear score or whatever item level to do the raid, I would have to this guy's back. He pieced out the last fight. But in order to get in there, I did have to, like, do the weekly stuff. I needed to do the like, once again, the nightfall thing 3 times or whatever.
Right.
I did have to do that.
Yeah, definitely. Sure. There's soft cap and a hard cap. So soft cap, you can just do regular shit until you reach that hard cap, and then hard cap, you got to do the weekly stuff in a certain order too.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so they kind of is. Gotcha. But it's not crazy. So apparently a WoW thing, in order to do access to, like, certain raids, you need to grind like crazy. So in Final Fantasy, they don't. Yeah. At least from what I've gathered. From what I can't say that I have firsthand experience, but just from what I've heard.
Played the first year and second year of WoW, I think.
Like 04, 05?
Yeah, and then never again. Because I had a problem. I had a serious problem.
A crippling addiction.
I had a crippling addiction.
What the fuck?
What? How'd you? Oh, they just.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just look up, you know, and oh.
So, you made it.
I made it.
Is this guy aligned with them, or they have his own agenda? Because
he's kind of a bit of both.
Okay.
Like, he helped them do this shit, but I think there's a point where he kind of is regretting.
Never concerned.
Yeah, that there you go.
All paths before me are cruel and arduous. Our time has come.
Maybe not.
Your lifeblood shall spill.
No, he's just an asshole.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right,
cool guy.
well,
Okay. Cool.
what was it?
For when we come back.
Yeah. We're probably gonna fuck this guy up. Well, not me. You. Good luck. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.